Mohammed al-Zabi from Dar'a is 12 and he's his family's only breadwinner. He works at a pastry shop in Ramtha 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. For his frail little body, this job is exhausting. The $200 he earns every month is desperately needed to pay his family's rent. Being pushed into the workforce means being pulled out of school.
I was forced to work to help my parents. We have no money and rent is so expensive. If I don't help my parents, who's going to do that?
Mohammed is the eldest of his siblings. Both his parents are ill. His mother says she knows the importance of schooling and says making her son work is heartbreaking.
My heart breaks when he returns home from work because he's in pain. His feet bleed from standing up all day and working. It makes me so sad.
Another shop in Ramtha where another Syrian child is working. Ahmed Nazih is 13, also working 12 hours a day all week for less than half the minimum wage in Jordan. He also wishes he can go to school.
The worst part about working is carrying the heavy sacks and my boss screaming at me.
The minimum working age is 16, but the authorities have so far been lenient on hopeless working Syrian children. The longer Syrian refugees remain in neighboring countries, the more vulnerable they become. Families have exhausted their savings and are now being forced to make their children work to pay for food and rent. That's why humanitarian agencies warn that Syria might end up with a generation disengaged from education. International aid agencies are trying to help get these children out of work and back into school by providing cash assistance to the parents.
There are very few centers in Jordan that deal with child labor. So we would like to expand those centers in cooperation with the Ministry of Labor and Social Development that are already part of the national framework against child labor. So funding is definitely an issue.
Many Syrian children in exile are living without even the bare minimum of childhood rights. For those like Mohammed and Ahmed, going to school would make them feel more important, but working makes them feel like less of a burden. Nisreen El-Shamayleh, Jazeera, Ramtha.